Dear students, I am Vijay. In this class, let us see problems on concavity and points of inflection. Before going to solve problems on concavity and inflection points, let us see the procedure. You need to follow this procedure when solving problems. To test the concavity, look at the second derivative. If second derivative is positive, that means greater than 0, it is concave up, concave upwards. Don't confuse concave upward, also called convex or convex downwards. So here when second derivative is positive, the function is concave upwards. Next one. If the second derivative is less than 0, that means if the second derivative is negative, it is concave down. Concave downward, also called concave or convex upward. Here, when second derivative is negative, the function is concave downwards. Next, test for points of inflection. Inflection points on a curve is a point at which the function changes from convex to concave or vice versa. That means at this point concavity changes. Points of inflection can occur when second derivative is equal to 0. To find the points of inflection here, d square by dy dx square is equal to 0. Put d square by dx square is equal to 0 and ensure that the next derivative d cube y divided by dx cube is not equal to 0 at this point. This is the procedure what we have to follow. Let's see some problems on concavity and points of inflection. Okay, here prove that the function f of x or you can take y is equal to e power x is concave upwards for all x belongs to set of all real numbers. Second, we have to prove the graph of f of x is equal to log x is concave downwards. Okay, first one. Here the given function is e power x. Here in the function f of x is equal to e power x, it is just like a rock. If you go on differentiating infinitely many times, the value will never change. Therefore, here f of x is here given function is e power f of x, f dash of x, differentiate this one with respect to x, f dash of x is e power x, again double dash means second derivative of f of x, again it is e power x. See here, e power x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to set of all real numbers. Here if you substitute x is equal to 0, you will get e power 0, its value is 1, 1 is greater than 0. If you substitute x is equal to 2, you will get e square value is greater than 0. Suppose if you substitute x is equal to minus 10, you will get 1 divided by e power 10. 1 divided by e power 10, it is also greater than 0. Suppose if you substitute x is equal to minus 1, you will get 1 by e, which is also greater than 0. X is equal to minus 2, 1 divided by e square. 1 by e square, its value is greater than 0 for all x belongs to R, which means it will always be positive. So d square y by dx square or the f double dash of x is greater than 0. This means the graph of the function is concave upwards for all x belongs to R. Okay. Second one, given function f of x is equal to log x. As you all know that differentiation of log x is 1 by x. Again differentiating you will get f double dash of x. Here 1 by x differentiation. 1 by x can be written as x to the power minus 1. X to the power minus 1 differentiation is minus 1 into x to the power minus 1 minus 1. It is of the form x to the power n. X to the power n differentiation is n into x to the power n minus 1. Similarly, x to the power minus 1 differentiation is minus 1 into x to the power minus 1 minus 1. Therefore, minus 1 divided by x to the power minus 2 can be written as 1 divided by x square. See here, observe carefully in the denominator. because of x square in the denominator, even if you give a negative value, it will become positive, isn't it? In the denominator, value becomes positive, whatever the value you can give. Okay, so overall it will always remains negative because in the numerator negative sign is there. So which is which means it will always be uh, con convex upward. Convex upwards, in other words we can say it as concave downwards, both are same. Example 1, examine for concavity upwards, concavity downwards and points of inflection of the curve f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x. Here the given curve is x cube minus 3x. Here we have to check in which interval the curve is upwards and in which interval the curve is downwards. Okay. Here differentiation of f of x. First differentiate this one with respect to x. You will get x cube differentiation is 3x square minus 3x differentiation is 3. Again differentiating this one with respect to x. You will get 3x square differentiation is 6 times of x. Here 3 differentiation is 0. Okay. Here actually f dash and f double dash of x is enough for to find the concavity of the function. To find the point of inflection, we need f triple dash of x and the third derivative. F triple dash of x means here third derivative is nothing but the slope of the second derivative. That's all. Okay. F triple dash of x is equal to here 6. Okay. First see for concavity upwards, when we will say the function is concave upwards if f double dash of x is greater than 0. Okay, f double dash of x is here 6x. 6x is greater than 0. That means x is greater than 0. Therefore, for all x is greater than 0, for all x greater than 0, the curve is concave in the interval 0 to infinity. In the interval 0 to infinity, here this is the number line. This is the number line for f double dash, not f and f dash, f double dash. Okay. Here in the interval 0 to infinity, the function is or the curve is concave upwards. Okay. Next, when do you say that the curve is concave downwards? If f double dash second derivative is negative, if second derivative is negative means 6x is here second derivative is 6x. 6x is less than 0. 6x is less than 0 means x is less than 0. Therefore, the curve is concave downwards in the interval minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0, the curve is concave downwards. Okay. Next, to find the points of inflection, the procedure is first find the second derivative and equate that second derivative to 0 and check at that point f triple dash or third derivative is 0 or not. If the third derivative is not equal to 0, then that is the point of inflection. Okay, here putting a second derivative 0. Here putting second derivative is equal to 0. Here f double dash of x is 6x. 6x is equal to 0 means it implies x is equal to 0. Okay, x is equal to, at this point we have to check whether it is a inflection point or not. At x is equal to 0, f triple dash of x, that means third derivative, put x is equal to 0 for third derivative. Putting x is equal to 0 here, see, which is constant, therefore f triple dash of 0 is also 6. That means here 6. 6 is not equal to 0. That's enough, isn't it? Therefore, at x is equal to 0, f triple dash of x is not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 is the point of inflection. X is equal to 0 is the point of inflection. Here x is 0. We have to find out y. How to find the value of y? Putting x here, the x is equal to 0 is the point of inflection. Putting x is equal to 0 in the original function, you will get f of 0. That means y, isn't it? Here f of 0 is equal to 0 minus 3 times of 0. That means f of 0 is also 0. F of 0 is equal to 0 cube minus 3 times of 0. Therefore, f of 0 is also 0. Therefore, the coordinate points here x is 0 and f of 0 is 0. X is 0 and f of 0. This is the coordinate point. Okay, this is the 0. Therefore, 0 comma 0 is the point of inflection for the curve x cube minus 3x. Example 2. This problem is also exactly similar to that of last one. Here also find out test examine the curve y is equal to this one for concavity upwards, concavity downwards and inflection points. Here the given curve y is equal to x cube minus 9x square plus 10x plus 5. Here instead of writing f dash f double dash, here I written dy by dx. Both are same. F dash of x is equal to f dash of x or dy by dx. F double dash of x or d square y by dx square. F triple dash of x or d cube y divided by dx cube. Okay. Here first differentiation of x cube is 3x square. Minus 9x square differentiation is minus 18x. So 10x differentiation is 10. Again differentiating with respect to x, you will get d square y by dx square is equal to 3x square differentiation is 6x minus 18x differentiation is minus 18. Okay, again differentiating, you will get third derivative. Third derivative is needed to find the inflection points. Okay, here 6x minus 8x 18 differentiation is 6. Okay, first step, concavity upwards. For concavity upwards means d square y by dx square is greater than 0, isn't it? D square y by dx square is 6x minus 18. This one is greater than 0. Take 6 common, remaining is x minus 3. Therefore, x minus 3 is greater than 0, or it implies x is greater than 0. Therefore, for all x greater than 0, the curve is concave upwards. Therefore, the curve is concave upwards for all in the real line 3 to infinity. For all x is greater than 3 means 3 to infinity, the curve is concavity upwards. Okay, concave upwards. Okay, next, convex upwards is same as concave downwards. Both are same. D square y by dx square is less than 0. Therefore, this one is less than 0. X minus 3 is less than 0 means x is less than 0. For all x is less than 0, the curve is concave downwards in the downwards. So therefore, curve is concave downwards in the interval minus infinity to 3. In the interval 3 to infinity, it is concave upward. In the interval minus infinity to 3, the curve is concave downward. That's all. Next, to find the points of inflection. For how to find the points of inflection, equate second derivative with 0. Here second derivative is equate this one to 0. It implies 6x minus 18 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. It implies x is equal to 3. Now we have to check whether x is equal to 3 is a point of inflection or not. How to check this one? Here substitute x is equal to 3 in f triple dash of x or d cube y by dx square x cube and ensure that this one is not equal to 0. Then only it is a point of inflection. Okay. Here x is equal to 3 is a point of at x is equal to 3, substitute x is equal to 3 in this one, f triple dash of x or d cube y divided by dx cube. D cube y divided by dx cube at x is equal to 3. This one again it is 6. It is a constant because again it is 6. 6 is not equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Therefore, this point x is equal to 3 is a point of inflection. X is equal to 3 is a point of inflection. If you want to calculate the coordinate point, put x is equal to 3 in the original equation. Putting x is equal to 3, you will get f of 3 is equal to 3 cube minus 9 into 3 square plus 10 into 3 plus 5. Calculating this value, you will get y is equal to minus 19. Therefore, 3 comma minus 19 is a point of inflection for this curve. Next problem, determine the concavity and convexity of the curve y is equal to x plus 4 divided by x. Here the given function is y is equal to x plus 4 divided by x. As you all know that differentiation of x, differentiate this one with respect to x. Differentiation of x is 1 and 4 by x differentiation is minus 4 by x square, or you can write this one x y is equal to this one x plus 4 into x to the power minus 1. Differentiation of x is 1 minus 4 as it is, sorry, here plus 4 as it is. X to the power minus 1 differentiation is minus 1 x to the power minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 1 x to the power minus 2, therefore minus 4 x to the power minus 2, or you can write this one as 1 minus 4 by x square. Okay, again differentiate this one with respect to x, you will get this one. Here one differentiation is 0, minus 4, here minus 2 is there, therefore 8 into x to the power minus 3, this is equal to x 8 divided by x cube. This is the differentiation part. I think you all familiar with this one. Okay, for concavity upwards, t square y by dx square is greater than 0. Therefore, 8 divided by x cube is greater than 0. Isn't it? Here, or x cube is greater than 8 divided by x cube is greater than 0 means x cube is greater than 0. Multiply throughout this, multiply both the sides by x to the power 6 divided by 8, you will get x cube is greater than 0. X cube is greater than 0 means x is greater than 0. X is greater than 0 means here concave upwards in the interval 0 to infinity. That's all. For concave downward, d square y by dx square is less than 0. Therefore, 8 second derivative 8 divided by x cube is less than 0. 8 divided by x cube is less than 0 means x cube is less than 0. Isn't it? X cube is less than 0. If you want, you can multiply x to the power 6 divided by 8 on both the sides. In RHS, it is 0. In LHS, x to the power 6 divided by 8. 8 gets cancelled. Numerator, denominator. In the numerator, x to the power 6. In the denominator, x cube. This is x cube. X cube is less than 0. X cube is less than 0 means x is less than 0. Therefore, x is less than 0 means here this in this interval minus infinity to 0, the curve is concave downward. Move on to the next problem, that is example 4. Here we have to examine the concavity in the interval 0 to 2 pi for the function y is equal to sin x, and also they are asked to find out the inflection point. Okay, here the given function y is equal to sin x. Y is equal to sin x in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Here the okay, differentiation of this one is dy by dx is sin x differentiation is cos x. Again differentiating, cos x differentiation is minus sin x. Again differentiation of this one d square y by dx square is d cube y divided by dx cube. This is equal to here minus as it is, sin x differentiation is cos x. Differentiation part is over. Okay, next here for concave upwards, condition is d square y by dx square is greater than 0. Here our d square y by dx square is minus sin x. Minus sin x is greater than 0. Minus sin x is greater than 0 or sin x is less than 0. Both are same. Minus sin x is greater than 0 or multiplying negative sign, you will get sin x is less than 0. Sign changes. Okay. Here sin x is less than 0 means sin x value is negative. For in which interval the sin x value is negative? See here, according to this one, ASTC rule, in first sin is positive in first quadrant and second quadrant, and sin is negative in third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Therefore, here we want sin x value is negative. For what, in which interval, in which quadrant sin x is negative? In the interval pi to 2 pi. Here this one is 0 to pi by 2. Here second quadrant means pi by 2 to pi. Third quadrant means pi to 3 pi by 2, 270. Here fourth quadrant means 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Okay. Here sin x is negative in the interval, in the quadrant third and fourth. That means third and fourth means in the interval pi to 2 pi, the curve is concave upwards, isn't it? Sin x is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. Therefore, this the curve is concave upward in the interval pi to 2 pi. Okay. Next, concave downwards. Condition is d square y by dx square is less than 0. d square y by dx square is minus sin x. Minus sin x is less than 0, or you can write this one is sin x is greater than 0. In which quadrant sin sin x is positive? In sin x is positive according to A, S, T, C rule. Sin is positive in first and second quadrant. Sin is that means first quadrant means 0 to pi by 2, second quadrant means pi by 2 to pi. That means 0 to pi, 0 in the interval 0 to pi, sin x is positive in the interval 0 to pi. Pi means 180. 0 to pi, the curve is concave downwards in this interval. Curve is concave downwards in the interval 0 to pi. Okay, this is over. Next, to find a point of inflection, here equate d square y by dx square is equal to 0. Here this one minus sin x is equal to 0. Therefore, sin x is equal to 0. For what values of x, sin x becomes 0, sin x becomes 0. That means here x is equal to n pi, where n is integer. Where n is integer, if x is at x is equal to n pi, sin n pi is 0. Sin 1 times of pi 0, sin 2 times of pi 0, sin 3 times of pi 0, sin minus 1 times of pi 0, sin minus 2 times of pi 0. In general, sin n times of pi value is 0 only when n is an integer. This is what which you have to be in your mind. Okay. For sin n, sin of n times of pi value 0. Okay. Okay. Therefore, sin n pi is equal to 0. At x is equal to n pi, we have to check at x is equal to n pi, d cube third derivative is positive or negative. Third derivative is equal to 0 or not. At x is equal to find the point of inflection, here at x is equal to n pi, we have to check whether this d cube y divided by dx cube is equal to 0 or not equal to 0. Whether it is positive or negative, whatever it may be. Okay, at x is equal to n pi, d cube y divided by dx cube is equal to minus of cos of n pi, isn't it? As you all know that if n is an integer, here cos of even times of pi its value is plus 1, and cos of odd times of value its value is minus 1. That means which is not equal to 0, plus 1 or minus 1. Here we get plus 1 or minus 1 for any values of n. N is an integer, integral value. Okay, this is not equal to 0. Therefore, which is not equal to 0. Therefore, this is the point of inflection. Therefore, x is equal to n pi is the point of inflection. If you want to find the, here I forgot to write the coordinate point. Here x is equal to n pi is the point of inflection. If you want to find out the value of y, what we have to do? Substitute x is equal to n pi in the given equation. Here given curve is y is equal to sin x. Therefore, at x is equal to n pi, sin n pi is sin n times of pi, its value is 0. Therefore, y is 0. At x is equal to n pi, y is 0. Y is 0. Therefore, here in the bracket write down n pi comma in the open interval n pi comma 0 is the point of inflection. Is the point of inflection for this curve. Now let's move on to the one more problem. Find the values of x for which this function is concave upwards or downwards. Also find points of inflection. Here the given curve or y is equal to, or you can write f of x, f dash, f double dash, f triple dash, or y double dash, dy by dx, d square y by dx square, d cube y by dx cube. as you want. Here the given function y is equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x cube plus 10x square plus 5x plus 7. Doesn't matter how big the polynomial is, just take the derivative. Differentiation of this one dy by dx is 4x cube minus 18x square plus 24x plus 5. Again differentiating this one, you will get this equation. Again differentiating this one, you will get this one. This is easy. Okay, now so let's take first case, d square y by dx square is greater than 0. Here d square y by dx square is greater than 0 means 12x square minus 36x plus 24 is greater than 0. Take 12 common, remaining is x square minus 3x plus 2 is greater than 0. And next let's factorize it, which can be written as this one, and which can be further split into x minus 1 into x minus 2, which is greater than 0. See here, by this rule, suppose one rule is there. According to this rule, x minus alpha and x minus beta is greater than 0. This one is greater than 0 means either x is less than alpha or x is greater than beta, then only this one is greater than 0. X minus alpha and x minus beta is greater than 0 either if x is less than alpha or x is greater than beta. So by this rule, here in place of alpha, here 1 is there, in place of beta 2 is there. Therefore our intention is to find whether it is greater than 0. For what values of this one is greater than 0. Here x minus 1 and x minus 2 is strictly greater than 0 only when here x is less than alpha, in place of alpha 1, or x is greater than beta, in place of beta here 2 is there. In this case only this one is greater than 0. Therefore x is less than 1 means up to minus 1 minus infinity to 1, and x is greater than 2 means 2 to infinity. In this interval this curve is concave upward. Therefore minus infinity to 1 the curve is concave upward, and also 2 to infinity the curve is concave upward. Okay, now let's see the second case. Now look at the case d square y by dx square is less than 0. When would this less than 0? This one is 12x square minus 36x plus 24. This one is less than 0. Again let's factorize it, which can be further split into this one, and here see here x minus 1 and x minus 2 which is less than 0. One rule is there, x minus alpha and x minus beta is less than 0 means alpha, this x lies between alpha and beta, then only this one is less than 0. Therefore here in place of alpha 1 is there, in place of beta 2 is there. Therefore this one is LHS. See here, this one is less than 0 only x lies in the interval 1 and 2, x between 1 and 2. Therefore here in the number line, this is for f double dash second derivative, number line for second derivative. Here 1, 2, plus infinity and minus infinity. In the interval minus 1 to 1, in the interval minus 1 to 1 concave upwards. In the interval 1 to 2, this one is concave downwards, Again in the interval 2 to infinity, it is concave upward. Okay, this is over. Next, to find point of inflection, put second derivative equal to 0. Here putting this one 0, you will get here x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. You will get 2 points, isn't it? X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Here 2 points. Check at x is equal to 1, third derivative is 0 or not, and at x is equal to 2 also third derivative is 0 or not. See here, at x is equal to 1, third derivative d cube y divided by dx cube is 24 into 1 minus 36. That means this one is minus 12. Minus 12 is not equal to 0. That's all. Whether it is negative or positive, this one is not equal to 0. Therefore, next check at x is equal to 2. At x is equal to 2, check whether d cube y divided by dx cube is greater than equal to 0 or not. D cube y by dx cube at x is equal to 2 is 24 into 2 minus 36. 48 minus 36, you will get 12. 12 is not equal to 0. Therefore, d cube by dx cube is not equal to 0 at x is equal to 2. Okay. Therefore, at x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 are the points of inflection. Let's point at which the curve is changing over the convex to concave. If you want to locate exact location, the coordinates of these 2 points, then substitute x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 in the original equation. This is our original equation, y in the original equation. So our original equation is what? Y is equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x cube plus 12x square plus 5x plus 7. At x is equal to 1, at x is equal to 1, find out y. Find out y. At x is equal to 1, find out y means here y, put x is equal to 1 here. Here 1 to the power 4 minus 6 into 1 cube plus 12 into 1 square plus 5 into 1 plus 7. This is 19. This is 19. At x is equal to 1, y is what? Y is equal to 19. So one of the point of inflection is 1 comma 19. 1 comma 19. Next, at x is equal to 2, at x is equal to 2, find out y. How to find y? Put x is equal to 2 here. 2 to the power 4 minus 6 into 2 cube plus 12 into 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 7. Substituting x is equal to 2 in this original equation, you will get 33. At x is equal to 2, y is 33. So other part of part of inflection, another point of inflection is 2 comma 33. At x is equal to y is 33. So therefore 1 comma 19 is one point of inflection and 2 comma 33 is another point of inflection. Therefore these 2 points are points of inflection for the given curve. Next problem, example 6. Show that the curve x is equal to log of y by x as a point of inflection at minus 2 comma minus 2 e power minus 2. They already given the inflection point. To check whether that point is a inflection point or not, what we have to do? First find out the second derivative and third derivative. In third derivative, at this point, third derivative is not 0. We have to check at this point third derivative is 0 or not. Third derivative is not 0 at this point, then we say that that is a inflection point. Okay, let's begin. Here x is equal to log of y by x. This might look tricky, but when we actually take the exponentiation or exponential on both sides, so we are taking exponentiation on both sides. Here e power x is equal to e power log of y by x. E power x is equal to e power log of y by x. E to the power log, they both gets cancelled. E to the power log, they both gets cancelled. Remaining is here y by x. E power x is equal to e power log of y by x. Here e power log x, its value is x. Therefore this one is y by x. E power x is equal to y by x. Or y is equal to, by cross multiplication, y is equal to x into e power x. Call this as equation number 1. Okay. Our intention here, our intention is to write y in terms of x. But our original curve was x in terms of y. That's all. Okay. Here differentiation of this one. dy by dx. Here we have in RHS we have two functions. X is one function, e power x is another function. By product rule, as we all know that first function as it is, differentiation of second function e power x differentiation is e power x only, plus second function e power x as it is, differentiation of first function. Differentiation of first function is 1. Therefore, this is equal to this one. Here e power x is common, remaining is e power x into x plus 1. Again differentiating by product rule, e power x is first function, x plus 1 is second function. Isn't it? E power x as it is, differentiation of x plus 1 is 1, plus x plus 1 second function as it is, differentiation of e power x is e power x only. This is equal to, here also from these two terms e power x is common, take e power x common, remaining is this one, therefore e power x is equal to x plus 2. Again differentiating this one with respect to x, you will get a third derivative, that is d cube y divided by dx cube. Here e power x is one function, x plus 2 is another function. E power x as it is, differentiation of second function, x plus 1 differentiation, x plus 2 differentiation is 1, plus second function x plus 2 as it is, e power x differentiation is e power x only. Here also e power x is common, remaining is this one. Taking e power x common, you will get this one, e power x into x plus 3. This is our third derivative. What is the next step? Here for inflection point, equate the second derivative with 0. Therefore, e power x into x plus 2 is the second derivative. Equating this one to 0, e power x into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, here x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. At x is equal to minus 2, we have to check whether third derivative is 0 or not. At x is equal to minus 2 means substitute x is equal to minus 2 in this one. Therefore, e power minus 2 into minus 2 plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1. Therefore, this one is e power minus 2. E power minus 2, whether it is positive or negative, don't bother about that one. Here, e power minus 2 is not equal to 0, isn't it? Therefore, this x is equal to minus 2 is the point of inflection for this curve. If you want to exact location, the coordinate of this point, substitute x is equal to minus 2 in the original equation. So our original equation is x into e power x. So at x is equal to minus 2, y is minus 2 into e power minus 2. So the points of inflection, is minus 2 into minus 2 e power minus 2. Last one, example 7. Determine a and b. Here they ask you to calculate the constant values. Here a and b are constants, so that the curve is ax cube plus 3b x square as a point of inflection, minus 1 comma 2. Here they are already given the point of inflection at this point. No need to calculate the point of inflection, just we have to calculate the values of a and b, that's all. Okay, here the given curve is y is equal to ax cube plus 3b x square. Here a and b are constants. Differentiation of y is dy by dx. This is equal to, here a is constant, 3x cube differentiation is 3x square, therefore 3a x square, plus here 3b is constant, x square differentiation is 2x, therefore this one is 6 times of bx. Okay, next one, again differentiating this one with respect to x, you will get this one. Here 3a is constant, x square differentiation is 2x, therefore 6a x, plus here 6 times of b is constant, x differentiation is 1. Call this as equation number 2. Again differentiating this one with respect to x, 6a is constant, x differentiation is 1, plus 6b differentiation is 0, therefore this one is 6a. Call this as equation number 3. Here minus 1 comma 2 is the point of inflection. Okay, this is the point of inflection. Okay, next, here point of inflection at this means, you know that at this point here d square y by dx square is equal to 0, isn't it? Therefore, at x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2, this one at x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2, this one is 0. That means putting x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2 in this equation, here 6a into here x value is minus 1 plus 6b, isn't it? Equating this one to 0. Therefore, this one is minus 6a plus 6b is equal to 0, or it implies 6a is equal to 6b. Therefore here 6 gets cancelled, remaining is a is equal to b. Call this as equation number 4. Now come to this one, come to this part. Here minus 1 comma 2 is point of inflection, means that point lies on the curve, isn't it? In the given curve, isn't it? Therefore, substituting x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2 in equation 1, you will get this one. Y is 2 is equal to a into x cube minus 1 cube plus 3b, x is minus 1 whole square is this one. Therefore 2 is equal to here a into minus 1 cube means minus, therefore minus a plus 3b into minus 1 square means 1. Therefore 2 is equal to here 2 is equal to minus a plus 3b. Okay, now see equation 4. Equation 4 says a is equal to b, isn't it? Therefore, put a is equal to b in this equation. In this equation, putting a is equal to b, you will get minus here as it is, a is b plus 3 times of b. Therefore, here 2 is equal to minus b plus 3b, 2b. Therefore, 2 gets cancelled, b is 1. Okay. By equation 4 says, here equation 4 says a is b. Here we get b is equal to 1. Therefore, a is also 1. Isn't it? By this equation, a is also 1. Therefore, a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Here, next check third derivative at this point is equal to 0 or not. 6a, third derivative is not equal to 0 means 6a is not equal to 0, isn't it? 6a is not equal to 0. That means here a is not equal to 0. Yes, correct. A is not equal to 0. Okay. Here, therefore, our constant values a and b are a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Okay. Dear students, this completes differential calculus part 1. Up to so far in last videos we discussed derivative of a function, derivative of higher order, nth derivative of some standard functions and problems related to them, isn't it? Leibniz theorem and Leibniz theorem proof, problems on Leibniz theorem, monotonic functions, maxima, minima, concavity, convexity and points of inflection, isn't it? Okay, in the next class, dear students, let us learn integral calculus. In integral calculus, reduction formula for sine, cos, sine and cos. Okay, let us see in the next video. Thank you.